Hello friends, it's been a while. I think we are in dire need of a summer catch-up chat. So welcome back. I am Corinne and this is my channel where we like to talk about all things creative and cozy living. I'm gonna grab an iced tea today, grab a couple things that I want to share with you, some knitwear, some books, and we're gonna sit in the living room and have a good catch-up chat. See you in a minute. Okay. Hello. Do you want to say hello to the people? Do you want to say hello? This is Darcy. If you're new here, she is our rescue Australian Shepherd. She's a little bit of a nervous dog, so it's always fun when she comes and says hello. So my friends, it has been quite a while, and it's been even longer since we've had an informal catch up, and it feels like life is just going super fast. Summer always goes fast, and the more years go by, just the faster it gets. Everyone says it, but it's true. It's just so true. I cannot believe we are in August already. So what I thought we'd do today is I wanted to share some of my recent finished knitwear, some books I've been loving, talk about maybe some media I've been enjoying. So just a slow cozy chat. So as you saw, I have my iced tea. It's the Cliche Blends Cheer herbal tea, and I threw 2 tea bags in a big pitcher and put it out in the sun for a couple hours, and it's the most delightful, refreshing summer tea. So cheers. All right, before we get started, just want to say everything here is good. We've had a roller coaster of a year. It really has been a roller coaster of a year, like full stop, starting about a year ago. And but we're good. We're good. And I just want to share that because I know there's been some up and downs, and you all have probably noticed that and felt that through the screen, and I won't get into it, but just everybody's good. Everybody's healthy. We are having it's been a weird summer, but there's been some really beautiful, delightful moments in it, and I'm just feeling very, very grateful for all of it, and to be able to spend time with my kids. Our oldest is headed off for his second year of college or university, and our first is heading off for her first year. So the end of August is rapidly approaching, even though we've just begun the month. But I think we've all managed here to have some really nice quiet moments, and knitting has been a big part of that. I feel like I've gotten my knitting mojo back. I think I'd lost it for a little bit, so I'm glad to have it back. My first thing that I want to share about is actually the top I'm wearing. It is the Grow, G-R-O, tank by Fiber Tales, and it's just a sweet little tank. Darcy, you're making so much noise. Oh my goodness. I love you. I love you. Lucas is out of the house today, so I think she's missing her person. Yes, she is. So yes, this is the finished tank. It's sweet. It's got these nice little cable details on the shoulder, which is what I really, really loved. And you pick up the stitches around the neck and the armhole and just finish them off again really nicely and neatly, if you can see. And I cropped it a little bit because of my short torso. So I knit it about an inch less than the pattern called for. It was an excellent pattern, super easy to follow, highly recommend. And I knit it with 3 skeins almost exactly of Sans Garn Lena in the color Almond. So I will link the pattern below and my Ravelry page below as well. The other finished object that I have is the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Maed Knits, I believe. And I knit this in On the Round Nimble Sock in Hydrangea. It's one of my favorite sock yarns. And so I had a skein lying around and I wanted to play around with something other than socks. And so I knit it and used only about half the skein. So it is very cropped. It's a bralette in all over ribbing. And you can see the back. It's got an I-cord straps. The construction was really simple, really easy to work, and just the details of like how everything comes together, I adore. It's comfortable, not terribly supportive as one can imagine, but it's a lovely piece to wear around the house when it's really hot, and it's a good layering piece as well. So this flew off the needles, I think, in less than a week. Same with the Grow Tank. I think that was, maybe that was a little more than a week. But they were super, super nice, sweet summer projects. And I gotta take a breath. It's been so long since I've talked to the camera that I just gotta get my groove back. So more tea. So I think we'll just keep talking about knitting. I want to talk about what I have coming up. I have been wanting for a long time, I think I talked about it last summer, I've been wanting to make an all-over cable cardigan. Not cardigan, all-over cable pullover, like a classic Irish fisherman's sweater sort of thing. And I finally decided that this is the year I'm going to do it, this fall. I have some space opening up with both of my kids going to college, and I wanted to give myself some fall projects just for myself, things to look forward to, because it's going to be tough. I'm not lying to myself about that. I know it's going to be tough on my mama heart. So I wanted to have a couple things to really look forward to. And one is the Billie sweater by Sari Nordlund. I will put a picture up here. And we're going budget on all the things right now. Maybe not all of them, but most of them, so that I can keep knitting, right? We all need budget things from time to time. I am not a yarn snob. It's okay if you are. Not saying that you can't be a yarn snob. I think there are seasons where I definitely have been, but right now I'm not, and that's okay. So Knit Picks was having a super summer sale, and I picked up, I keep looking down so I can actually read it. I picked up their Simply Wool Worsted Weight, and this is in the colorway Wendy. And I thought that this looked like the perfect natural creamy color for that sweater. This is kind of crazy. I don't normally go with this color of a neutral, so it's funny that I have two. Like, I'm wearing one and I will be knitting another one, but I really wanted this classic piece. I want it in a classic colorway, something that I will have forever. My mom visited Ireland probably when I was in college, and she came back with this gorgeous Irish sweater for me. But it was gigantic, like down almost to my knees, gigantic. And I didn't wear it. I didn't use it. I'm not even sure what really happened to it, which breaks my heart now as I think about it. So this one, I want to make it a little bit oversized, but not terribly. I want it to be roomy so I can layer. So I think I will be making the size 3, the 3rd size, which it's all on my Ravelry, but I think I made the 3rd size in this, the 3rd size in the Ripple Tank. I'm kind of 3rd size across most patterns. So I'll be making it in the 3rd size. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wait to cast on until the end of the month. We have so much going on between now and September that I don't think my brain can really wrap around multiple cable patterns and increases for the raglan, but I'm very, very much looking forward to starting this in the fall. Okay, another one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to all of these, to be honest. If any of you saw the movie The Sheep Detective, I think that's what it was called, The Sheep Detective. We've talked about it here. I'm pretty sure it was really sweet, but some of us picked up on some fantastic knitwear, and there's a group of knitters who recreated one of the sweaters in the movie. To me, it's in that iconic yellow tweedy kind of yarn. Like, I think it's an iconic color because of this. It's just gorgeous. That color is not for me, but I have a friend that when I saw that people were coming up with this pattern and there was a kit where you could get the yarn and the pattern together, I sent this to my friend and said, if you would like this, because she loves the movie and she's all about sheep right now, maybe she'll become a knitter someday. You know who you are, and maybe you should pick up some needles, or let's not should. Maybe you could pick up some needles. Maybe someday I'll teach you. And she said yes. So she has ordered the kit. And so the yarn will be coming to me, and I'm going to knit this sweater for her. It looks like a very simple, oversized, I think it's a raglan. I will put the picture up and the link will be below if any of you are interested in it. I am so excited. And what I told her is, I love knitting. I just love it so much. And having a project on the go is really helpful for me. And so the fact that I can knit this sweater for her, she's paying for the yarn, it feels like a win all around. And this will be on my fall list as well. And the last one that I'm excited about is I told my son I would make a half and half, the Purl Soho half and half triangles wrap. I will make one for him because I made one for my daughter. And it's so cozy, and it's such a nice thing to have, I think, just as you're sitting at the computer or you're studying or you're reading, just wrapped around you. He loves all things cozy as well. So I offered to make him one as well. And yeah, so he just picked out colors today. And in the linen quill yarn, so that is a little bit of a splurge, but it will be a timeless keepsake for him. And yeah, I'm excited to knit that for him, as I think it's so nice to knit something for the people that we love, or to make something for the people that we love, and have them in our mind while we're making it, and it keeps them close to us and it keeps us close to them when we give it to them. And yeah, it'll be lovely. So I've got those 3 big projects for the fall that will probably, some of them will continue on into the winter. I'm still working on my Cozy Memories blanket. That's coming along really nicely. Maybe I'll share that with you in the future. And I've been working on a lot of dishcloths to have for in the car while we've been driving. We've had a couple long drives recently, and I love having cotton yarn with me to whip up. It's grandmother's favorite dishcloth. It's so simple. So many of us can probably knit these up in our sleep, but I use them to wash dishes with, so I always need new ones because they wear out over time, or somebody pokes a knife through one of them. We don't have a dishwasher, so we use our dishcloths hard. So I've been knitting a lot of those this summer also. Actually, would you like to see them? Hold on, I think I've got a newly finished one. Not even been used, but they're fresh off the needles. So it's just like, if you've been a knitter for a while, I'm sure you've seen this project. If you would like to get started knitting, this is the project that I recommend, because you start to see really how the stitches work together. You knit, you do a yarn over, and you knit two together, and you bind off. So, and you cast on, of course. There's video tutorials for this. There's lots of information online about them, but they are just an easy way to learn how to increase, how to decrease, and just to practice knitting. And yeah, these are my really on-the-go projects. They're fantastic. All right, so that's all the yarn stuff. Let's move on to books. I'm not gonna go through everything that I've read over the summer because there's been a lot. It's on my Goodreads page. You can go look there if you'd like. But I will say, this is where media that we've consumed that I liked comes into play also. I finished the summer book by Tove Janssen, and I really enjoyed it. I read it slowly. I read kind of a chapter a night for a while. I thought the relationship between the grandmother and the granddaughter was really tender. There were funny parts. There was, yeah, the dialogue, the atmosphere, all of it, I really, really loved. And last night, Finn, my son, and I just watched the movie. Someone on Instagram shared that they'd seen the movie, and I didn't know that there was a movie version. It came out in 2025. Glenn Close plays the grandmother, and we watched it on Amazon Prime. It was free for us through that, but I think you can watch it several different places depending on where you are in the world. And the movie was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And seeing it, it was like all of the best parts of the book, but even more quiet and atmospheric. It's hard for me to describe other than it felt like, that's what it felt like. I highly recommend both the book and the movie. The movie is different from the book. It is not, I think you have to look at them as two separate things. There were a couple sections where it was word for word. The dialogue and the script was from the book, but they made some changes, which I think worked well for a visual adaptation. So yeah, I thought it was absolutely delightful. I finally finished, I've shared about this before, because I've been reading it for so long. I've been reading it since it came out earlier this year. When the Ache Remains by Lisa Olivera. I finally finished it and will return again and again and again. Her writing style is one that I very much enjoy. It's lyrical, it's repetitive in the best kind of ways, so that you really get, like, it really drives home messages that I think we all need to hear. The subtitle is Lessons on Tending to the Unfixable and Finding Beauty Anyway. Really, really lovely. When I finish today, I want to read you all one of the pieces from this, but we'll save this till the very end. All right. What else? The other one that I wanted to share about is a reread and a new read. And last week, I think it was, Anne Lamott was on Amy Poehler's podcast, Good Hang. And it was medicine for my soul, completely. I was introduced to Anne Lamott years ago when my kids were little, when I was first sober the first time. And I really started to explore what it meant to live, to be on a deeper level, and to kind of explore my own spirituality. And yeah, her writing was very, very important to me. She was talking about a new book that she wrote. Of course, she's, most writers, I think, have read Bird by Bird. It's so many of us have it on our bookshelves and love it. Well, she has a new book on writing out that she wrote with her husband. So this is by Neal Allen and Anne Lamott, and it's called Good Writing: 36 Ways to Improve Your Sentences. I have only read the introduction. I have not gotten into the rules yet, but I wanted to share this because I think it might be good. It might be good, full of good reminders, but also it's just so interesting to have these two people who come at writing at different ways, but also similar ways. And so Neal Allen was a journalist in a past life. I guess you could say he still is a journalist. And he has these rules that he's learned over the years and adopted and kind of put in his toolbox for writing. And they're good rules. I've kind of skimmed through them all. They're good reminders. And it's always interesting to talk about writing and to hear about writing. I think even if you're not a writer, because if you're a reader, it's also interesting to see how writers do what they do what we do. And for writers, it's just kind of good information to have in the background. And that's what I think Anne brings to this. She's softening the rules a little bit, talking about how sometimes they matter, sometimes they don't, sometimes you break them, but also it's good to know these and to always try to refine, hone, work on your writing. So I am going to be reading this month and next month probably, because I tend to take a long time with books like that. And I'm going to revisit, or I've started revisiting, the first Anne Lamott book I ever read, which is Traveling Mercies. Some thoughts on faith. And I just love the way that she writes. It speaks to my heart. It speaks to my soul in a big way. I do not claim to be religious. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and I'm rediscovering that side of me as time goes on. And it's something that I just like to think about, and yeah, I'm enjoying having time to explore that. And for me, that means reading some good books from all different faith paths, and all different leanings, because I truly believe that we are more like humans than we probably think, and that we are led to believe. And whatever we believe, I think, if it stems from love and beauty and appreciation and being a good person, I think we can learn something from each other. So for the other books, you can go to my Goodreads, which is kind of fun. All right, what else do I have here? I have been enjoying this coloring book so much. You know, if you've been around for a while, I really love just anything meditative, coloring, puzzles, crafting, just knitting brings that out. But this is is a silly little coloring book, but it has brought me so much joy. The pages are just so sweet. They're just easy to color. They're little moments that make me think about girlhood in a way that makes me smile, feels like I'm connected to myself a little bit more as I'm coloring. They just make me happy. Oh my gosh, look how sweet this is. So it's bringing me a lot of joy, and that's what I'm leaning into with most of what I'm consuming and making and living. I'm trying very hard to focus on these moments of joy. Even when I was reading the heavier books earlier, I was able to go sit outside with the umbrella that we've put outside, with my iced beverage, and just really be present for all of it. So even through the hard stuff, and there has been hard stuff this summer, we all have hard stuff. I think if we can bring a sense of presence to that, then we can access and we can hold joy simultaneously with the hard things. It can accompany us through the hard things. So that's what I wanted to say and leave you with today. No, what I wanted to leave you with today is from this. So before I do that, I just want to say thank you for being here. Really, thank you for being here. The next bit of time, I am taking some time to think about how I want to move forward with my work and my creative projects, and this space definitely plays a part in that. But there might be some longer periods of time between videos, as you've seen. The type of videos, I don't know that they will be consistent, and I know that does not help when growing a channel, but I'm still finding my way, and I appreciate that you are here for that, whatever comes. I think that there are through lines through all of them, but the algorithms do not. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm grateful for you being here. I'm grateful for your comments. Let me know how your summer has been, what you're up to, what you're reading, what you're knitting. I appreciate you, especially if you're not a knitter and you made it through that knitting section, or if you're not a reader but you're here for the knitting and vice versa. Like, I'm grateful for you here. So that's all. All right, let's finish up before we get on with the rest of our day and summer. I wanted to read this bit on A Welcoming of Courage by Lisa Olivera from her book, When the Ache Remains. May courage take armor's place. May love become the leader fear once was. May the truth of your essence beam brighter than every old layer of protection. May the strategies that once kept love away receive it tenfold. May every hardened place inside you melt into the truth of their belonging. May your heart hold the pain so lightly it can change shape when it's ready to. May the ache of staying right here be met with the love your aches are always calling for. May a tenderness reveal itself as ever present in the crevices of you that didn't know how to feel. May the relief of feeling it all be worth the risk of leaning in. May you internalize the way you are so deeply held in all directions, seen and unseen in all ways. May this remembrance invite your courage, your strength, your willingness to fall heart first into your own aliveness. All right, friends, until next time, be well, stay cozy, and I will see you very soon.